If you're one of the 1,400 people who followed us to see if we could take £10 to a World Cup ticket, you might know what's coming next.
But if you're new here, you might want to stick around for the next couple of minutes and find out how we've done it. And what's next? We are going to go to the World Cup with just £10.
How the f*** are we going to do that? Bannon.
Shh, whisper it.
Okay. We're going to the World Cup. We did it. So, this series, for any newbies, was an experiment to see if we could take £10 and turn it into a World Cup ticket. We have officially, technically, done that as of tonight.
Got the job on the technicality.
Have I legendary recommended you?
We have. And it is official. Now, it might only be Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia. That is a World Cup fixture.
So, £10 is now currently £115, which means one of us can go to the World Cup.
It's not enough.
We have promised that both of us are going to the World Cup. So the next step is to get 2 tickets. We're not taking that money out. We're going back in. So there's another selection. By the way, our selections just came in now. That is, I think I said it last week. We're now at that point where the next 3 selections take us to the World Cup, both of us. After that, we are then at a point where it's flights, then it's accommodation, and then it's beers and spending money.
I like that there's checkpoints. I like that we're at the ticket for one of us. Next checkpoint is both of us tickets. And then we can start genuinely and seriously looking at flight prices, which airports are going to be cheaper and better, how we're going to get there, how much we then need for accommodation for a week.
We've got another selection for you guys. If you have been backing us, then you'll be very pleased with us right now because we're on a roll. We're on a roll. We know one person, shout out Tom Jordan. We said we were going to shout some people out. Shout out Tom Jordan, who sent us a slip earlier that he had placed and he'd backed both of ours in a double, and that came flying in with Belgium beating USA 5-2 on the night.
Australian dollars, by the way.
We're reaching all around the world. We've got Swedes, we've got Danish, we've got people, Scousers, we've got Herefordians, we've got people who are involved and in the mix for the World Cup dream. They want to be out there with us. Hopefully, if you're watching this for the first time, then you want to be with us too.
This is me dreaming of being out there.
Let's do it. What's our selection?
Should we tell them? Should we preface it?
So every week, neither of us know what the other's about to say.
I was putting my prompt through and I said, what are we doing on Tuesday? And then Alex said, well, the England game's on. And just the way he said it made me think, why has he said it like that? Because that is what the AI brought for me, something to do with the England game. So we then sort of said, okay, we should probably check what we've got.
And we've got the same thing.
We've got the same thing.
England are playing Japan at Wembley on Tuesday night. We have gone, both of us, with the over 1.5 goals in that game. So for me, my returns last night or tonight when you're watching this were £59.55 off £10, by the way. Yours were £55.89. My returns for this will be £72.78. Yours will be £68.30.
See how quickly it ramps up. See how quickly that goes. For anyone, again, that is new, sorry, we're not just talking to the guys that have been here all along. We started with £10. We're using the returns of every winning selection to then put straight back into another selection. I am using complete AI. I put a prompt in, which I think is in episode 3. If you want it again, comment down below and I'll put the prompt in again so you can do it for yourself. But it just gives me a selection. Alex is using pure knowledge research and checking certain odds and fixtures and whatever. So the fact that we've ended up with the same thing,
I think it's a good thing.
It's fate.
And we both were on the same game as well in the last selection. So 14 weeks, 100 days, 28 selections, and we're almost a third, I think, of the way through now.
Not far off.
Which means it's starting to ramp up. So if you are late to this series, now's the best time to join because you get to see some real jeopardy.
And the guy that we shouted out earlier, Tom Jordan, had missed the first 7 or 8 episodes, decided he wants to get on it, just went, do you know what? Those boys are around about 50 quid's worth. I'm going to do the same. So he jumped on it, and he's now, in fact, ahead of us.
And he'll be at the World Cup with us in June.
Yes.
Just quickly before we go, I've got a question that I want to ask you guys. I want your opinions, and I want yours as well. I floated the idea the other day, because there's so much at stake here. What are your feelings about cashing out?
Yeah, you did ask me this. Now, I said, this isn't a cash out series. This is a shit or bust. We're doing it or we're not.
By the way, I'm not saying cash out take it right now. I'm saying when you have a selection that you think is coming in, but you don't want to take that risk, and it's a difference in pennies or pounds, what are your feelings on just taking the cash out?
Yours was with Italy, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it was such a nice, easy cash out. I thought, what is the point in waiting the rest of the game when I could lose it all and I'd have to start again, when I could take it now and I'd still be at the World Cup with the same amount of selections?
That is really interesting, and I would actually really like to know your guys' thoughts on that.
We'll go with you guys. If enough people say no, you got to stick to the end, I'm happy. I'll stick to the end. I stuck to the end tonight when the cash out was fantastic, and it would have been more than sufficient.
If you're on a double chance, for example, and they're 5-1 up in the 80th minute, no, you don't cash out.
No.
If you are at 1-0 in a game where you've just got that team to win,
2 minutes to go,
it deserves more consideration from you guys and us, because the stakes are so big.
because of what we're about to get to now. To think of losing it all because we haven't stipulated whether we can cash out or not, I think it's good to get some feedback.
Yeah,
so let us know
Tuesday.
if you think it's a
Coward's
move.
way out.
And I think it could be, and I could see that opinion. But at the same time, if we're on our way to the World Cup, I'm just envisaging we've got £500 down, the stakes set, everything's coming in, 2 minutes to go. Why take the risk if it could mean the difference between us going to the World Cup or not? I think it's worth asking that question at this point. Guys, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. We are taking £10 to a World Cup ticket. We have technically delivered on our promise already. Next step, 2 tickets. Step after that, flights, then accommodation, then spending money. We are taking this probably to about 3 to 5 grand if everything goes right. 14 weeks, 28 selections, £10 to a World Cup. Hashtag the World Cup dream.
The World Cup dream, love you.